What's going on, everybody? C4 here today, giving you your Philadelphia Eagle player grades for their Monday night primetime matchup against the Washington Redskins. I am actually in the crib doing these grades, and I'm doing it at halftime. So this is going to be in two parts, obviously, with what happened just before halftime with the Eagles. Momentum and my, emotions are running high right now. So far, I can say the refs have had bad games on both sides, still leaning towards the Eagles. But right now, for how the game has played out, I'm not going to say the refs are costing the Eagles this game. Even though that opening drive of 4 penalties, only 2 of the 4 should have counted, and the 2 that should have counted would have been menial. The what was it? Holding on Lane Johnson on Kerrigan was really bad. And the push-off, I think it was on Nelson Aguilar. Alshon Jeffrey was bad. And then you had an absolute blown PI on Alshon Jeffrey, where I think it was Rashad Breeland literally was like ripping the damn jersey off him. That was horrible. Absolutely horrible. But looking at the game right now, credit to Washington for staying in this game. They're executing right now. Philadelphia is biting on every play-action pass. I guess we'll just, because we're doing the beginning of the player grades, we'll talk about the first half. So Jake Elliott got the 50-yard field goal. The guy's automatic. Mack Hollins is a monster. That was... The sack that Wentz took on that play before Mack Hollins' touchdown was so bad. I was like, oh my god. That was like maybe the worst play Wentz has made all season long. I mean, the interception, the interception he threw on the first drive, they pretty much call it a glorified punt. I'm not going to hold too much against it. He threw it as far as he could on third and whatever. Maybe better judgment to not do that, but there's no real difference. That's probably where the punt would have started anyways. But that sack he took, he fumbled it. Luckily, he was able to fall on top of it, but that was not a great sack. But then he follows up with a 64-yard touchdown to Mack Hollins, who absolutely needs to get more playing time. I don't know who he's playing for right now. I don't know if he's in for Torrey Smith. They're giving him more snaps, or they're just straight up running with 4 wideouts with Aguilar, Alshon, Torrey, and Hollins. I haven't looked back at that yet, but Mack Hollins is 100% the type of player that needs to be getting more minutes with the Philadelphia Eagles. Every single time we've called on his number so far this season, he's made a play and has been very consistent on special teams. And then at the end of the first half, Wentz helping out my fantasy team that was down 12 points by hitting Zach Ertz with a touchdown, 4 yards. Great play. I called that too. I said, they're going to Ertz. I gotta start live streaming or something like that. Going on Twitch so I can swear and be in full C4 Eagles mode so I don't get demonetized on YouTube. But going into the second half, that's how we're gonna end this here. I'm really worried about the Eagles linebackers. Right now we're down to Nigel Bradham. Jordan Hicks, man, I'm not gonna call him soft because you can tell he definitely wasn't 100%. He's playing through the pain, probably more so with Michael Kendricks being out. But he's becoming a liability right now. You can't rely on Jordan Hicks week in, week out, because it's only a matter of time until he gets hurt. Same goes with Michael Kendricks. So I'm not going to say we outright need to draft a linebacker in the first round. I think that's maybe a little too much. But either A, look at bringing in a free agent linebacker that can come in and compete for top depth spot. Maybe similar to how we brought in Nigel Bradham. Like, Bradham wasn't brought in from the Bills to be a automatic starter, but he developed into one. I think that's the case. And if not, what do we have? Two-thirds or 2/4, something like that. Between the 3rd and 4th round, we have a couple picks. And I think absolutely we have to go after a linebacker there because we need more depth. Najee, good. Not good. Joe Walker is good against the run, a liability in coverage. And I don't know why they're not giving Camus Grugier-Hill any snaps. I think with his speed and his big hitting power, just have him spy Chris Thompson. Chris Thompson is the only weapon right now on the Redskins that fears me going in the second half. And I think an athlete like Grugier-Hill probably is a better matchup for the Philadelphia Eagles. But, second half's getting ready to start. I got to go out there and watch this big-time baller game. So I'm feeling good, feeling confident. Philly gets the ball to start the second half. Any points on the open drive, even settling for a field goal. I do have Jake Elliott on my fantasy team. That'd be all right. Got to get points on the opening half. So we'll be back after the game and give the rest of the player grades. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Let's go. And here we are at the end of the game. Philadelphia Eagles bumping the Redskins 34-24. I don't want to say it. I really don't want to say it, but Wentz is looking like the MVP of the league, man. 268 yards, 4 touchdowns, 63 yards rushing. I mean, the one scramble that he had where it looked like he was getting eaten up, body flying everywhere, still gets out. I think it was like a 20-yard rush after that, man. It's a down year. Plenty of big names are getting hurt. No Aaron Rodgers. And a couple of, every other skill position players. Not really often. Like, Julio's not playing great. Le'Veon Bell's, nah. But, God, it feels good. 6-1. The Redskins, any Redskins fan, you guys got a good team, and I'm going to be pulling for you guys next week against the Cowboys. I think you guys can beat the Cowboys. I personally feel like the Redskins are the second best team in the NFC East. But, not good enough to beat the Eagles, baby. So throwing out some grades real quick. Wentz, 17 of 25, 268 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, as well as 63 yards rushing. A+. That touchdown pass to Corey Clement was maybe the best touchdown pass of his career. Could not believe that, man. It was, oh my God, what a play, man. A+ for Wentz. As far as the rushing game is concerned, man, wasn't very good. Blunt, 14 carries, 29 yards. Smallwood, 8 carries, 25 yards. You know, I really was questioning having, I think with Corey Clement in to close the game out. Really, LeGarrette Blunt needs to be the finisher. He has, you know, the most experience. I don't even recall last time Blunt fumbled outside like the Super Bowl, which I mean he didn't play after that. But really, right now, if I'm looking at the negative on the Eagles squad, I don't like Deuce Staley as a running back coach. I haven't liked him since we had DeMarco Murray. His rotation strategies, I don't really understand those. But, you know, I think this was more so credit to the Redskins. Redskins have a legit front seven. So run game, C is non-existent, maybe even C-. They didn't do anything really to hurt the team, which is why I can't get them much lower than that. As far as receivers concerned, 5 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown for Zach Ertz. He's a monster. Mack Hollins had a 64-yard touchdown. Aguilar, 4 for 45 and a TD. I did call for Alshon to be the MVP in this game. He had 2 catches for 37 yards. If a really bad pass interference wasn't called on Alshon, he might have took it to the house. That would have put him over the 100-yard mark. But, I mean, the Ertz-Wentz combination is the best in the NFL right now between a quarterback and a receiver. It's not even close. It is absolutely lethal. You can't cover it. So wide receivers, they're getting an A. Looking at special teams, Jake Elliott missed a field goal. He is human. 2 of 3 with a long of 54, 4 extra points. I mean, it wasn't garbage time. Field goal didn't really matter, but you know, I still want to, you know, Jake the Snake wanted that to live on there, and just the fact that he didn't miss any kicks. So that kind of stinged a little bit. But special teams as a whole, you know, C+. And then looking at the defense, Malcolm Jenkins, 10 tackles and a sack. Derek Barnett had 2 sacks on the day. Corey Graham with an interception. Really, really good play, but they're banged up. You know, it looks like Robinson might have tweaked. It might have been a cramp or something like that. Linebackers were dropping like flies. Hicks was out real early, as we talked about at the beginning of the video. We don't know the status with Kendricks. Hopefully Kendricks will be at least back for the 49ers. And I am a little bit worried as we head into the 49ers. We are limping. We are limping into that game against the Niners. I do think that is very much a trap game. But then seeing how Dallas handled them, you know, you still got to go with Wentz on that one. Definitely heavy favorites, but we can't overlook the 49ers. But overall, defense, I'd give defense B-, C+, B-. They didn't play the best game they could have. Garbage time TD to Jordan Reed was a little frustrating to watch. Jordan Reed had a good day, but I mean, there's only so much you could do with the linebackers, so I don't want to hold that against them too much. So we'll give them B- for the defense. Overall, you know, the ending point would be Jason Peters going down. I mean, that sucks. I mean, there's no real news out about it, but you can only assume he's done for the season, and that is a big-time killer. Vitae played at left tackle. He's serviceable. He's definitely not a turnstile like Matt Tobin or Andrew Gardner or anything like that, but the one thing that I've always been saying is that Jason Peters, when he goes down, Lane Johnson better stay at right tackle. Lane Johnson's not a good left tackle. And look what's happening. They're playing Lane at right tackle. That's one of the few things that I've called and foreseed with the Eagles that a lot of people disagree with me on, but I think that's what they're going to go for the future. I'm hoping maybe somehow, some way, Jason Peters, where it looked really bad, it turns into a Ron Darby situation where Peters might be able to return for a playoff push, but, you know, it's not looking good. They brought out the air cast and stuff like that. So, I mean, you know, I love the link when they were chanting for Jason Peters. He is a bona fide Philadelphia Eagle legend, probably a Hall of Fame. I think he goes to the Hall of Fame personally. And that's definitely a big loss. So hopefully it's not too bad. But as it stands, man, 6-1 Eagles, and we're playing and hosting the 49ers next week. So looking to go to 7-1. But today, let's just savor this victory over the Redskins, a very, very solid Redskins team. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. He's Wentz the MVP. Smash that like button if you're pumped for the 6-1. If you're pumped that we have the best quarterback in the NFL right now. That's the worst thing. We go, right now? Are you kidding me? Brady, how many Super Bowl? I'm saying right now, this season, there is not a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. Point blank, period, no pause. I'm hyped, man. Hope you guys are too. I'll catch you guys probably at some point during the week to probably maybe talk a little bit more about Jason Peters, maybe a 5th down or something like that. But until then, it's C4 saying, this is your first time stopping by, Eagles fans. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out and fly, Eagles, fly, baby.